haul. I love concerts, and I went to, I believe, 10 this year. I went to 9 last year, so my goal this year was to top last year, and I barely did it. But I love concerts, and I was kind of just like in the mood because I found an old vlog that was half edited. So I finished that, and I got in the mood to just like think about all of the concerts I went to this year and kind of review them and talk about them. So I'm gonna do that because I think they're so much fun, and I love concerts, and I love posting about them. And I only vlogged some this year. I wish I would have done all of them. So we're gonna go through all of them right now. I posted some vlogs, so I'll link those if I did post them. Otherwise, I'll just like insert clips from the shows. So I'm gonna do that today while I kind of get ready. It's Christmas Eve, so kind of busy day because my family's hosting Christmas. I'm just gonna go in order of all the concerts I went to because that seems like it makes the most sense. So the first concert I went to was Harry Styles. I think it ended up being like night 13 of his residency because it was one of the rescheduled dates. So I went down to LA in November of 2022, and then obviously he got sick and couldn't perform, so he had the rescheduled date in January. I had so much fun. I think I was really amped up because it was a rescheduled show. The November show was gonna be right before my birthday. I got really excited and obviously got canceled and moved to January. Just really excited that I got to go. I was kind of nervous because it was right before my finals at school. So I missed like 2 days of school right before finals, but it ended up being okay. It was honestly really cold, but that's just because it was January and I was wearing a dress. So I was freezing. I met up with Paulina and Vic, which was so much fun. In the November show, I had met up with Cassandra and we tried to get together during the January show, but it was a bit hectic. The environment was just so much fun, and I had never been to the Forum, so taking all the pictures and everything was so cool because we never got to that point during the November show. And then the show itself was just really fun as well. He ripped his pants during the show, so that was fun. It was also just really fun because he sang a lot of songs that I hadn't heard yet because they were all in Harry's house, and the last time I had seen him was when he was in Portland in 2021. I was convinced that he was going to sing Medicine. He did not, but it was still fun overall. I would like rank these, but I don't think I can rank them. I can't. There's no way. I did vlog the Harry show though, so I'll link that and whatnot. There were some concerts this year that I didn't vlog, and I don't know why, but Harry was amazing. It was so much fun, and I think like the Forum was just such a cool environment to see him in. And then in April, I was supposed to see Lewis Capaldi in Portland. He ended up having to cancel the show, which was really unfortunate. I was supposed to go with me, my sister, and then my best friend Maddie. Then it got canceled, and then we were going to be going with 2 of our other friends that were foreign exchange students. So it kind of sucked because there wasn't like, even if there was a makeup, they probably wouldn't have been able to go. But we had been texting about our plans of like where we wanted to meet up, where we were going to park, all that stuff, like if we were all going to drive together. And then I looked at one of my friend's stories, and she was like, she had a lot of concerts canceled this year. And I was like, oh, I wonder who she was going to see. And then I looked in my Apple Wallet, and Lewis was canceled. So that was funny because we'd been talking about all our plans, so we missed the entire announcement saying it was canceled. This exploded. All of us hung out and had a night together, so that at least we like did something. So that sucked. I thought that would be like my only canceled concert. I've gotten pretty lucky. Like Harry was canceled, but it was rescheduled, and I was really lucky to be able to go back. I saw Dermot Kennedy May 10th. His show was amazing. I feel like it was really overpowered by a lot of the other concerts I had this year. His visuals are crazy.
Baby, we were bound to burn. We were young. We were free.
So I think that like was a really fun aspect of the show that I wasn't really I didn't know what to expect. I had seen a couple videos of his show. My sister and I had wanted to see him for a really long time, and then he came to Portland like January of 2020, and for some reason we talked ourselves out of it, and I don't know why, because it would have been such a fun show. It was like right before everything happened with COVID and the shutdown, so it really would have been like one of our last concerts before COVID. And then he ended up opening for Sean, and we saw Sean. It was the opening night of the Wonder Tour. Obviously the rest of the concert tour basically for the most part got canceled, but Portland was opening night, so we saw him, and Dermot opened. My mom loved him, so when he announced he was coming to Portland, we went and got tickets. I think it was so much fun because the visuals were great. It was also, most of my concerts this year were like really big stadium shows for the most part. Like I can't think of many small venue shows, so it was a lot of fun to have a show like that.
I was alright.
It was the day after my AP exam, so it was a nice little break after such a stressful day. It's just so fun whenever there's shows that are like just a lot of guitar and everything. I don't know, I think those are so much fun. And it was very different than like the Eras tour and Coldplay. Overall, Dermot was amazing. I think if he's ever near you, you have to go because his shows are amazing. And then after Dermot was Taylor, and I was very fortunate to be able to go to both nights in Seattle. That was not really the plan, it kind of just happened. It was so much fun. First night was July 22nd, and I worked all summer, so it wasn't like I was anxiously waiting because I was just at work all day. Night one, it was me and my family, so my mom and dad and my two sisters. It was my dad's first Taylor show. I had seen her with my mom and sisters for 1999 Reputation, but my dad had never gone. So that was a lot of fun for him. And it was just so fun with it being the first night. Like I had watched some videos and I like knew what surprise song she'd already sang. Especially because her show was in July, it was hard to avoid spoilers because the tour started in March. It was so surreal to see for the first time. And night one, I think that's why it stands out to me. It was also the closest I had ever seen Taylor before. I had seen her in like the 300 level, I think. It was just amazing, and the choreography was so crazy. It was so cool. And then surprise songs. My number one surprise song that I always wanted was This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. And that was the first surprise song she sang. I lost my mind. I'll put in a video.
Everyone singing their champagne sing. And there are no rules in the show up here. They miss having the champagne.
My sister had visions of Taylor singing like Everything Has Changed or something in Seattle, because all that was left for that leg was California shows, and we didn't feel like there were certain songs that we knew California would get that we wouldn't, but like Everything Has Changed felt like something Seattle would get, and we did. So night one, we just kind of freaked out because we were so right about the surprise songs in terms of like what we wanted. And then night two, it felt like we were a bit calmer because we had done it the night before. Some people were like exhausted. I felt like I could have done it 12 times in a row and still had energy because it was just, I don't know, I felt really amped up. For night two, we went with our friends Jen and Olivia, who are the people we had gone to for all our other Taylor shows. It was like our tradition, but we didn't anticipate that we'd be able to because of how crazy tickets were, but it ended up that we were able to go together. And night two started a lot later than night one did, and that made it so it was darker at different parts in the show than it was the night before. So there was like a sunset during Lover. You could see a lot more with the wristbands and everything because of how dark it was, which was really cool. And because we were higher, we were in the 300 section for night two, so we could see a lot more of the stage. So it was just really nice that it was darker for that. Because it was July 23rd, I thought we'd get a Folklore surprise song for the anniversary of Folklore. We did not, but it was actually really nice, the surprise songs we got, because there were some people that didn't really know them as much, and so it was like kind of cool to get something that, I don't know, felt more unique and special, because we got Message in a Bottle and Tied Together with a Smile, which are two songs that I love but weren't really like on my radar for surprise songs because I was so set on This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. So that was really fun. I also met up with a lot of friends before the show, which was really cool because I felt like night one we were so set on just like being with our seats and everything, and we were in club level, so we were just trying to go quick and everything. I forgot to mention this in night one. HAIM came out and sang No Body No Crime for the first time, so that was really cool because the whole place just erupted. Overall, I think the Eras tour just like stands out. So like I obviously like those were my top shows, but every other one I went to as well was just so cool. Right after, I think we came home for like a day and then left again to go to Colorado to go see Noah Kahan at Red Rocks, which was so much fun. I'd seen Noah twice before at that point. And it was like my older sister's first time. The rest of my family had seen him once or twice before. I love him. I've been listening to him since 2017. So it was like just really fun to see him in like such a cool venue. I was a little nervous though because it was raining leading up to the show, which I mean is typical with how high up it is. But it rained and thundered and everything leading up to it, and like the second he got off stage. It was just really cool. Bristol Maroney opened, so that was another one of those shows where it was like an opener was also a person that I wanted to see. And it was just such a cool venue. I had always wanted to see a show at, but never could because Oregon and Colorado are close, but not really. Like, it doesn't ever make sense for me to go to Colorado for a show.
Don't let this darkness fool you. All lights turned off can be turned on. I'll drive all night. I'll call your home.
And I was really excited because I was gonna have 2 Noah shows back to back. So it would have been in Colorado and then it would have been in Bend. But then the Bend show ended up getting canceled because of wildfire smoke, which I saw coming once I realized how bad the weather was. I had work, so I drove down with my dad Friday night. We'd already been kind of looking at the weather and realizing that like smoke was going to be an issue. Meanwhile, Maggie Rogers was ending her tour in Portland 2 nights, and I wanted to see her as well, but I was like, I have no tickets. So I couldn't. So we went down to Bend, and then Noah was posting about his Spokane show and how it was smoky and people needed to stay safe. And the smoke in Spokane was like a lot lower than it was in Bend. So I quickly realized that show would not be happening, and then he ended up posting that it wasn't. So that was really sad. As soon as we found out that it wasn't happening, my dad's sister and I started looking at other places to go see him. So we did see him again, but that was August 19th was when the show was supposed to be. And that was a Saturday, and then the following Saturday we had Ed Sheeran in Seattle. I feel like it was one of those concerts that was almost overpowered by Taylor, but it was all of his, it was his mathematics tour, so it was basically his Eras tour. Maisie Peters and Khalid were opening, and those were 2 artists that I had really wanted to see. So that was like just overall 3 artists that I love. And then we're walking into Lumen to like go stand in line to be able to enter, and I heard sound check and I was like, it kind of sounds like Macklemore, but I couldn't hear everything because the way Lumen's built sounds really odd. It like keeps the sound in, so it's really hard to hear, but you could tell they were sound checking. We all started freaking out. I was looking at Macklemore's Instagram, saw he was back in Seattle, but I don't want to get my hopes up because that's like, my sisters and I always joke that we wanted Taylor to bring Macklemore out during her show just for fun. For those that don't know, Macklemore's from Seattle and he lives in Renton, I believe. So basically Seattle. Ed ended up bringing him on stage and they played Thrift Shop and Can't Hold Us, and it was so much fun. The entire stadium erupted. We had been talking with the girl sitting next to us about Macklemore because she loves him, and she heard rumors that they had been sound checking, and I was like, we heard it. was really long and it was so much fun. The whole stadium, like, we were in the 300 section, so some people like weren't up and dancing as much as they would have been like on the floor 100 level, but it was still so much fun, and Macklemore was a huge bonus. And that was August 26th. And then, and I just found a half edited vlog and I just posted it. So I'll link that. August 31st, my dad, sister, and I flew to New York City to go see Noah have Radio City Music Hall. And that was a very unexpected show. We planned it in like a couple days, and it was like 2 weeks before the show. Love New York City, so it was just a lot of fun to get to go. Again, a new venue that I had never been to. That alone was really cool. I ended up getting a really big blister for no reason in Converse that I wear all the time. So I had to go to Target right before the show and get like these $10 Birkenstock type sandals. They saved my feet. I wore them the rest of the trip, but it was kind of funny because I had planned on wearing Docs or my Converse, and I ended up in those. It was really cool to see him like in an indoor venue again, because Red Rocks was cool, but like the sound's very different. The acoustics in Radio City were amazing.
But I still recall how the memory of God feels. And at the end of it all, I just hope that your scars heal.
Coldplay September 20th, and that was like a dream bucket list show. It was really cold. I don't know, in my mind I was like, September, it'll be fine. I did get really cold, but it was so much fun. The whole band was just so cool, and then he had 3 opening acts in Seattle, so that was just like, I love when there's a bunch of artists, and it was just a lot of like, again, a lot of their old music. It was a bucket list show of mine, so I got to hear a lot of songs that I've always loved. I don't know why I didn't vlog that one either, so I'll probably put in a clip of that. It was a Wednesday night, so we like left school early, drove up, and then went to the show, drove right back. It was so worth it. And then Jonas Brothers were in Portland November 9th. Those were also last minute tickets. I think I bought them like to celebrate me submitting college apps. I had gone with my dad in 2019 and he loved it, so he convinced my mom and sister to go because it was all like our birthdays. So much fun. Their set list was crazy, and it was such a long show, and I felt like all of my other shows like Noah and Harry felt super short because I had all these other concerts that were really long, like Taylor and Ed and Coldplay and the Jonas Brothers. That was what I thought was my last concert of the year, and it was so much fun. The crowd was so much fun. Like, if the Jonas Brothers are ever near you, you have to go. It was November 9th, and then my dad's sister and I went to San Diego that weekend, like the next day, for the National Women's Soccer League Championship. Bishop Briggs did a set before the game. So that was actually my last concert, and that was really unexpected but really fun. I didn't really anticipate that there would be a concert there, but she was someone that I always kind of liked her music. I didn't know every song, but it was a really fun, unexpected last concert, and it was outside, and it was really hot. Like, I was wearing shorts, so that was just like a cool, unexpected concert. Overall, all the concerts were amazing. That's why I can't rank them, because they were so much fun. But I'm going to I have a couple concerts planned next year. I don't have every concert planned. There's some that I'd like to go to that I don't have tickets for yet, but I'm hoping I will. Kendall went to almost every concert with me.
Besides,
She didn't go to Harry with me, but she went to every other.
so the first one of your year, I was
The
not
first
with
one,
you.
she was not there. Give your rundown. Off the top of your
Concerts of the year: Dermot, Coldplay, Taylor. But Taylor's like combined.
head. Got burnt during night one. I posted.
I think I still like have some remnants,
some residual.
but it's
vibes.
actually going like going away.
It's going.
It's just gonna take a long
But
time.
she had this black sparkly dress that we found and we were so excited for, and she was gonna wear that night too.
But
Then she got burnt, so she wore her merch tee over it. I'll put in a clip or a video. I like that Noah's were like polar opposite shows.
Yeah.
we got, oh, I forgot to mention this, for Red Rocks, we got like a lot of debuts. Like Paul Revere was played for the
I would
first time,
say
Call Your Mom.
4th, it would definitely be Noah.
But thanks for watching. Hope everyone has a great holidays.